Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of MuscleModelCars.com. This is AJ coming at you with kind of an update of where I am. Last week, I showed you two of the vehicles I was going to be doing, and at this point, I'm at kind of halfway, maybe three quarters of the way through, working on the Volkswagen Beetle. This guy right here, okay. And so, kind of show you where I'm at right now. Let's see. Okay, so what we got is I had to do a few modifications on the frame itself because what I'm going to be doing to this, I'll show you in a minute, and and then I'll give you the next time you see it, it'll be the finished look. Um, it's going to be, um, this is the body of it, okay? Um, I had to cut it in half because I'm going to, right up in here, I'm going to be putting a engine in here that was different than what you would have found on a normal Beetle. This is muscle model cars, so therefore I'm going to uh, kind of boost up the RPMs in it and all the muscle inside the engine is going rather than just being this guy here, which is what you see in a normal Volkswagen engine. Now, keep in mind, this is the back of the vehicle. So it's in the, and I'm going to have to glue the tailpipe on right here to keep this up. But other than that, it's fine. But as you can see, the engine itself is kind of small package, so to speak. Okay. So what we're going to do is turn this into a muscle car as well. And then that way you can flip a switch from having this Beetle being the only source of power. We're going to flip it to where we decided to put this guy in it. Okay. And this is more of a, I guess um, you would call it, this was what I had from parts laying around, and I kind of built it as a Hemi kind of engine where it's going to be powered from the front. So I had to cut the half of the body off because in the front of a Beetle, it's nothing more than a trunk up here. So what I had to do was actually, as you can see, alter the front, cut it, cut it away, and then I'm gonna do the seats, and I'm going to give it a color. I was going back and around. I had to cut all of this off up in here, and I'm smoothing this out, and then for the transmission, and then I had to put, of course, a shaft coming from the back part, coming from the Hemi that I'm going to install in here. So basically, you're going to have two engines. One's going to have the back, the engine in the back for when you want to drive it around the street and you're just driving it around. You got that engine. Then when you want to take care of business, somebody tries to to bully you because you got a little Volkswagen, you got this up front. They don't realize you even got it under the hood. The trunk of it is gone, and you got this up front. So you got two engines in this car. When I'm done with it, I'm trying to see if I can get you to see how I want it to look. Uh, it's kind of how the front of it is going to look. Okay, and then for all intentional purposes, in the make believe world of my head, I would take this here, which is an engine would be under here in the back. Okay, and let's see. I'm trying to see what it's going to look like here. You look at it, you got the engine in the back. Bear with me. That's how it looks in real life. An engine in a Volkswagen. That's the engine compartment. In the front, you have would have been the trunk, but it's been altered, and therefore this trunk here, um, which would have been where your spare tires was and everything up in here, is not going to be there no more. So we took the trunk out, so it no longer has a trunk. And what we're going to have is this is going to be a muscle beetle. And what's going to happen is, kind of give you a quick look of it. It's going to be hard because I haven't screwed everything in there, but and glued everything. But if I can hit that there, and we put this down, I don't know if you can envision it. I know all the model car enthusiasts know where I'm going with this, but you'll have this guy. I also cut out the hood of it, as you can see. It might have been modified so my engine can be up in here, coming through like this guy here. So this will be how it's going to be when I'm done with it, and it's sitting on inside the vehicle in the front. So I can press a button, and then I got a Hemi type of vehicle with a blower on it, and then a scoop, everything, and then it's going to I can flip a switch and it transitions into the big boy. Okay, as long as you keep your peace with me, I'll give you this one on the streets. But when you push me, I have to push the button on the inside of the car, and you go get this coming up on you, and it's going to be trouble for you. Okay, so that's where it's going to be. I'm trying to modify the hood to get all of this in here, but I modified the chassis already. I had to do some seat coloring and everything because the colors I'm going to use is going to be colors of a underdog, in my opinion. Gold and the little guy is gold and blue. So I'm going to give them a tribute for the little guys with the gold and the blue. And then the seats also are going to have that in there. And then, more detail to it. So the next time you see this, it'll be fully completed. Going to have some side, that's the top. And then the other two I just showed you was the down the trunk and down the hood. I'm gonna have to alter them pretty much because these decals came from a different vehicle. The color I like because of for what I'm trying to do. It came from that. This is the stuff that it came from right here. Okay, and then I'm not going to use this at all. And then, of course, I'm going to have some stripes going down the side of it. So I'm modifying everything. And it's kind of a work as you go, trying to figure out how everything's going to fit. And then, of course, this here I had, this is the convertible if I wanted to. So I could have cut the whole bottom off. I mean, the hood of it. But the bottom of this here basically is removable. I made it removable, so if I want a hard top or not, I got it there. So I just made it where you're supposed to cut these off, but I made it. I got to paint this, and this is going to be blue, like this one of these blues in here. Okay, and this is the convertible portion that goes back. You know, you can flip it back on a sunny day or whatever. Okay, and then of course I got a lot more. This has a lot more chrome to go on it. I haven't got there yet, which is here and up here and around the windows and all of that. So all of that is going to be on here. I'm just doing this right now to kind of give you a general idea of what my thought process is. Of course, this here is going to be blue. I'm keeping the hard top also to be, you know, if I ever want to look at it that kind of way, I can. But this here, just two slots. I kept the prongs in here uh, to keep it attached to the roof if I choose to keep it that way. Okay, and then I got the ins. So the only thing left is the interior, which I'm trying to figure out if I want to make it. I think I want to make it like a light blue also to match the roof, the convertible, and then I think you know I'll work in all of the interior pieces to make it look you know as correlate with the uh, coloring scheme that I'm going with. Okay, so that's another thing. So and then of course the wheels you see there right there. Let me move this out. This is about all the other chrome that I have left that I'm going to be installing. I told you there's a lot of chrome on here, but I've used a lot of it, and so that's where I'm at. I'm left with this here, and then of course I got a couple of more pieces on the tree here that are probably is going to end up painted some kind of way to correlate with the color scheme. Okay, this is part of the front axle I had to let dry. This didn't come it came in a few pieces. And so I need to let the end pieces dry so I can pop the tires on here. And the bent portion is part of the steering column and everything. So that's not a broken piece right here. It's just that it has to be, you see, it just has to dry these end pieces where the tires go. So that'll be next. And of course, I got the dashboard here. And this here, I'm probably the pouches on the interior. The pouches down here, you got some pouches down here right there. They're gonna probably be this color. It's sort of like a brass gold look, and that'll be next. And then I think, of course, I got the two more tires right there, as you can see it. But the big thing is it's pretty cool to me to it's kind of fooling the bully, thinking that just because uh, you got a little small engine that you can't take them on and whoop them. So don't be afraid of the bully. No matter how big you are or how small you are, there's always a bully out there. But you got to show them. If someone come up on you and they want to race you, show they may only see this under the engine in the back, but did they look up front where they think the trunk is? Because up here, it's a totally different story than what they see back in the back. But they don't know that. You know that, but they don't. So I'm gonna try to see if I can give you kind of what my vision is here, but I wish I could, but I don't think it's gonna stay. But for the most part, stay tuned, and you'll see where I'm going with this. If you don't already, the guys that do model cars and things like that, they know what I'm doing. So long as you guys know, then I feel good. But this is kind of the vision I'm going for up front. Okay, and this is the next time you see it, it should be complete. I have the let me see. Let me see if I can do this. I have the parts all cut to where I want it to get this in to fit properly. I just haven't glued it or anything yet, but it's coming, and you just got to work it in there. So this is more of a two-engine Beetle, okay, and it's going to be completed probably within the next week. And as I said, you got the back here showing one thing, and then I'm breaking this off here so you can see the back engine. And then here, as you can see, that's what it looks like from the rear. And then you got what it's going to look like from the front. Okay. Don't look now, but a little bit different up front. Okay. There we go. So that's how it's going to look up front. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to have a Hemi up front, and it's going to have a VW engine in the back. And all that is giving the enemy a false sense of security. Okay? Never tell the enemy what you got. Because once you tell them your secret, guess what? It ain't a secret no more. So this is AJ saying stay tuned. We'll see you next time. We should be complete. There's not many more steps with it. I made it more complicated. I could have had this thing done, but I wanted to kind of think on how I wanted to present it to the viewers. Okay. So what we're gonna do, make sure that you can come back and see it when it's complete. All right, Elliot, I appreciate it. I'm gonna make sure you can see the back of the engine. The rear end has hinges, then it can lift it up and let it down. So this is going to be up front, everyone. Okay. And this guy here, for you, Elliot, make sure that it can be seen. Okay. And when it's complete, I'll probably post it to you guys. All right. Within the next probably week. Okay, give me about a week, not even that, maybe in the middle of the week, because it's not really that much. I still had to do the detail on the body to get the all the different decals in. And other than that, we'll call it done. And I just got to do the interior, kind of correlated with the outside of the vehicle with the blue. I was going back and forth. Do I want to make it all gold? Do I want to make it all blue? So the seats, I got to do the seats. And then that's about it. Okay. So the bottom part, I'm going to go ahead and I got to get a drive shaft on here to go down here to the engine that's going in up here. Okay. So I got spare pieces somewhere. So this is pretty much how it's going to look with the spare pieces. When I get a drive shaft, it'll connect from the rear of the transmission right here where you see the toothpick all the way down to the drive shaft. It's going to take it down to the rear axle. Okay. And then, of course, I got some cool exhausts on there too. Those are sharp there too. So I'm having fun with this one because you know, you hate to see the little guy always being bullied. So the colors I'm using is going to be gold and blue. If anybody knows anybody with that kind of color scheme, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and I'm going to go from that point and do the 50. I think it's a 55 Chevy. Okay, and that's going to be American made. Okay, and because I know America also takes up is like a big brother should be to the world, continue to be to the world. And we'll see you next time. All right. Take care. Have a good one. Bye. And I will try to get a collection to show you guys once I unbox them. I'm in the process of moving things around. So what I'll do is give you a full display on what I have and let you see them. Because most of the cars that I have built were due to movies that I've seen that I enjoyed, and I'll show them all to you guys for those that are interested. Okay, especially Elliot. Looks like Elliot wants to see the collection. I'll do that, but I got everything boxed up because I got to move to other areas. Okay, all right. So we'll talk to you guys then, and I'll see you. But remember, next time you see uh, I want to call him. What was this guy in the '80s? God, Herbie, Herbie the Love Bug in the '80s. Okay, as you can see, this is a latch up here that for the hood to go up and down. So no worries. You'll be able to see both engines the next time you see it. I'll make sure of that. But Herbie the Love Bug, and that's who I remember. But he was a little car, but he was tough. Anybody ever saw that movie, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Back in the '70s, not the new one. I think with the little young actress. Uh, but tune in maybe within the next few weeks, okay? To see the other car, the '55 Chevy. I'm gonna make it just like it is on the box. Okay. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.